お前の力に頼るしかなくて、アルミ。お前はどうして逃げないんだよ。
I like this because it kind of leans into the known history of Armin insofar as that Eren didn't expect that he would put himself through that in order to succeed. Let's be honest though, the reason the event hit us all so hard was because none of us thought he'd subject himself to that torture in order to see the plan through. It's probably one of the greatest moments of the third season. So in short, they get a win here for Eren solidifying what we all felt at the time, utter disbelief that he'd go out that way. How they beautifully animate this Titan crossing the rooftops and slightly slipping on them is such a nice touch of reality. This is a beautiful and imposing shot. However, this is an even better shot! Introducing Raid Shadow Legends, the new mobile game that's changing everything right now and can just about only be compared to the biggest console releases, and the best part, it's free! This game's packed with an awesome story, great graphics, huge boss battles, PvP action, and literally like 100 champions to customize. I left mobile gaming for a couple years and I honestly didn't know things had progressed so far. It looks outstanding and clearly people agree, given over 10 million people have already got it and 200,000 have reviewed it with a near perfect score. Ooh man, check out the details on those champions! It's actually kind of weird that a mobile game is the one out there showing off how unique armor sets are supposed to be done. I personally really dig different armors and swords in my RPGs, and this game's got me covered. My favourite though is this dude in his super heavy looking armor. Oi, get your hands off, get your own! Raid's growing quickly, especially due to a new update giving new players awesome rewards every day they log in for the first 90 days. Now hurry on down to the description, click on the links and you'll get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to kickstart your journey. Best of luck, and now back to some Attack on Titan greatness.
こいつを奪われるくらいなら殺すからよ。なんだ。
I love the slow zoom on Eren's determined eyes, because if you look at this moment from his perspective, as far as he knows he's pretty much alone, and yet he thinks on his feet by grabbing a weapon and holding it to Bertolt's throat as a hostage and stands ready to fight. It's part of what makes his character so likeable to me since day one, is that he doesn't give up, especially lately.
ダメだ。こいつだけでも。全然親父と似てないな。
His reaction here is already extremely telling in that he doesn't care a whit for Bertolt's life.
俺たちはあの父親の被害者。お前は父親に洗脳されている。
Foreshadowing. Levi.
わかったよ、リヴァイ。痛み分けで手を打とう。
It's almost like Zeke has had some character development as a villain in these past episodes, since originally he saw these humans as absolutely nothing special. Then he met Levi and got his ass handed to him, and now in the face of Levi he flees, fearing his life.
兵長！今のでガスが完全に切れた。奴を追う。ガスと刃全てよこせ！
How determined Levi is to complete his promise to Erwin to kill the Beast Titan. Despite fighting as long and as hard as he has already, he's still more than willing to immediately continue the chase. Finding out your boy Armin still lives. Scenery shot.
この左胸に入ってた鉄のケースは何だい?
This very messed up view of Reiner smacks us upside the head in case we forgot between episodes that Attack on Titan is a pretty gosh darn dark type anime. I'm assuming he's having a hard time talking since he had his head basically taken off at one point and thus his voice box is still healing, and if so, that's a nice touch.
首をはねてもまだ安心できないよ。
Don't want to be risky and show too much, but definitely giving a win for Hanji being awesome and slicing her blade into Reiner's neck. They made it both look and sound great too, no less.
わからないものはわからないと蓋をして、この先どうやったら俺たちは巨人に勝てるんですか?
During episode 6, they nicely take the time to build further on Shin's character from the past few episodes, whereby he comes under a cloud of uncertainty when the time finally comes for Reiner's death, despite how he initially appeared in previous episodes. Ultimately, things like this are just lovely little added touches to really round out characters.
まさかこの後に及んで。
やった！やったぞ！
Blasting us with these frantic words and the imagery of Mikasa's shocked and teared face almost seemingly halfway through Jin's monologue is a fantastic and abrupt transition.
早く注射をください！
Even at an incredibly tense moment like this, Levi is still able to completely keep his cool. Jin saving her and oh my god! Okay, some quick fire wins coming at you right now. Firstly, for this beautifully detailed animation. Connie's voice breaks here. The fact that this was kept in is wonderful, as it's incredibly realistic.
追わなくていい
Connie immediately giving chase and then right away stopping when the order is given. Again, this plays on building reality in the situation, giving Hanji's reason to cease the chase. Finally, for this quick fire sequence, one last win for a big plot twist! Plot twist again!
この注射はエルヴィンに打つ。
This moment showing Eren's passion during the situation, coming extremely close to aggression but just about holding himself back. And again here, Mikasa is essentially doing the same thing but making it more obvious. It's almost as though she couldn't believe what she's heard, that Armin will be left to die, and thus instinctively draws her blade as though to save him or something.
お前ら、自分で何をやっているのか。
Shout out to this outstanding CGI usage in and around the scene, by the way.
邪魔をするな。エレン、市場を捨てろ。
And here Eren goes from near aggression to a basic level of aggression. Again, as stated, to demonstrate to us just how much he's teetering between following orders as a soldier and not wanting to watch his best friend die before him. Then as soon as Levi makes 100% clear what he plans to do with the injection, Eren once again, for the third time in a row, goes against his orders and then finally attacks him. Also, shout out to us finally seeing this scene from the very end of the first half's end episode of Season 3. Mikasa showing that powerful ass Eren love and instinctively leaping to attack Levi and clearly attempting to straight up murder him. Being scared of Mikasa. Eren's speech, listing all of Armin's accomplishments, many of which I admittedly did forget myself, and my word, his voice acting throughout is amazing and full of passion and emotion.
獣の巨人の投石でみんな殺されたんだ。
Scenery shots of destroyed cities with CGI that almost always score a win.
おい、嘘だろ。こんなの。そんな。
Everyone's unique reactions to the scene being witnessed before them. Mikasa's amazing reaction to the thought that Armin would now most definitely die before her eyes. Goddamn, Mikasa is tough as nails, squeezing her wrist enough to make her wince. For the brave death of this cool ass dude, someone who I've been shouting props to since season 1. Also, yeah, you could call this an ex-machina moment, but I choose to think of this as him thinking A, about protecting Hanji, his superior and likely friend, someone who he's looked out for years first and foremost, and B, that he thought extremely quick on his feet in order to think of a plan to save her.
誰にだっていつかは別れる日が来るって。
This feels like some epic foreshadowing for season 4, to be honest.
壁の向こうにある海を
いつか見に行こうって。
Showing Eren's teeth were knocked out. Also, I'd be a knob for not winning his final desperate plea to save his friend even after Mikasa is given in.
でもこいつは違うんです。アルミンは戦うだけじゃない。夢を見ている。
Man, I can't be dishing out too many wins all the time for voice acting, but I feel this is a special occasion that just deserves one. Wow.
先生、壁の外に人類がいないって。
My boy Jotaro beautifully voicing this moment. Yeah, I know I said no more for voices, but it's Jotaro and he's skillfully voicing it like this. Get out of here!
リヴァイ、ありがとう。
If I had to hazard a guess, and please feel free to stick your input in, I would say that in Levi's mind, Owen had essentially given up, or at least resigned himself to death, in like a sweet release from that world in order to forward humanity's plan. This is probably indicated by the final thank you and his smile after he says the words. Then as he sees Armin in his mind, he's met with the notion of a young man who very much still has dreams of living on in this world and seeing everything it has to offer. That's probably the best way I could put it, but as I say, I'm interested to know your thoughts. Tight Armin. Firstly, for Bertolt finally getting what he deserves in my opinion. Secondly, I really like this brief pause from him where it's like, for a moment he's filled with hope. My friends are over there, I'm saved. That's such a powerful moment, especially as he comes to his senses and instead calls for Reiner and Annie to help him. Rest in peace, Owen. This was a genuinely sad moment for me, to be honest, and I'm sure for a great many of you as well. Can I get an F in the chat? As sad as Owen's death is, it's immediately followed up with the rebirth, as it were, of Armin. This episode was just throwing emotions all over the place at us. Oh, I wonder if this is perhaps a little flashback to some information we'll be getting in Season 4 about Bertolt around the time he first gained the powers. This view must have taken a damn age to put together. Aww.
俺の市場でエルヴィンの死に場所をここに決めちまったんだ。
After saying this rather cold line in his classic style, this look on the side of his face just tells me it weighs heavily on him.
帰ったらずっと秘密にしていた地下室を見せてやろう。
I was near bursting at the seams at the notion that we were going to finally see the basement this episode when I first watched this. I adore the panning, zooming out, and all the rest of those types of shots they utilise in this amazing anime to make it as artistic as possible. Witnessing up and close the results of humanity having departed the city many years ago. That's such a nice addition. I adore this music score backing up this memory of them as children running through a bright, lively and bustling street, now overgrown and deserted. Oh god, that's genuinely made me sad to see. Their box and stools are still there from all those years ago on that fateful day. Man, I love this anime so damn much. I don't think they could have chosen any better way to do this. Absolutely stunning to have them retracing their steps like this. His mother's shoe and then finally returning home after all those years. Attack on Titan can sure punch you in the emotional and figurative groin.
どけ。俺が開ける。
ちょっと
Door kicking Levi. This slow transition and knowing it was likely purposefully done to build some suspense at this huge pivotal moment. Just like with the door just now, this moment again continues to build an epic level of suspense. That's delicious.
いや、人が書いたものとは思えないほどの精巧さだ。
I loved this moment because it's the first time we're given an idea about the outside world's technology.
人類は滅んでなどいない。この本を最初に手にする者が同胞であることを願う。
This amazing reveal, arguably the greatest of the entire anime thus far. I also want to give props here for how well the whole pacing of the story and reveals of its secrets were handled by the mangaka and by the animators later on. When I think of shows that started off awesome like Lost, but then just kept throwing mystery after mystery into the viewer's face without ever answering them, it makes me understand how well this anime handles its secrets and its answers for them. It's a masterpiece in my mind. This montage instead of the regular ED just affirmed for me what is likely the largest turning point in the main character's combined arc. It's the end of their cadet days of knowing nothing of the world and the start of something so much bigger in scale.
待ちなさい、二人とも。外に出るときは腕章を忘れるなって言ってるだろ。
This last minute epic twist at the end of the episode! Also, take another win for daring to draw some elements from reality into your imagined world. The fact that some media outlets had the gall to call this episode and the next ones all sorts of derogatory names because they think it's inappropriate to their sensitive sensibilities just makes me add this win all the more happily.
グリシャ、壁の外には絶対に出るんじゃないよ。
おい待て
I wonder if this is perhaps an allegory to their 100-year imprisonment behind the city walls on the island. World building on an absolutely legendary scale.
いいんだよ少しだけならすぐに戻りますおい待てお前ら
あの幼き日
How this light-hearted kids getting up to no good kind of vibe of music sets us up for an absolutely ruthless, heartbreaking turn of events. Episode 20 kicks us off with once again another important look at world building as we see that beyond the walls lies much cleaner streets with fancy buildings and well-dressed citizens going about their day. A lot can be gleaned from a single frame, and Attack on Titan and its expert animator crew capitalise on this fact. Also, once again, we're shown technology to give us a much greater understanding of how far along they are tech-wise compared to our history. Moving multiple characters on screen.
どけよダブネズミ
なんだ悪魔の力
Getting already a great understanding of the situation the kids are in and everyone living back behind those walls. Goodness me, that gets a win.
大きいな。
What comes next makes this all the worse in that he feels in this moment that he did the right thing taking his sister to see it because he's happy that she's happy and oh my god, it's awful.
妹は翌日川で発見された
For this sickening reveal.
今から1820年前、我々の祖先ユミル・フリッツは大地の悪魔と契約し、巨人の力を手に入れる。
Not only taking the time to think of a backstory upon which your entire world will sit upon, but also taking that same time to come up with a second version of the story used by the anime's ruling citizens to keep down the Eldians. Also, I gotta add that I just adore these scenes, since it truly comes across like you're watching history unfold through the images.
増長を極めたエルディアに内部工作を挑み、さらには9つの巨人のうち7つを手駒に従え
Dropping a win for foreshadowing this event, and I must say if it's never touched upon again as to how this feat was achieved, I'll genuinely be disappointed. Purely because the notion that 7 out of 9 Titans were brought under their control is a story I do not want to miss out on. No an Attack on Titan though, I'm sure they'll cover this at least a bit in Season 4.
当時のエルディアの王はこのパラディ島に三重の壁を築き、我々の祖先は見捨てられ、この大陸に取り残されたが
I believe for the first time ever getting a view of a world map for this anime. Man, I love stuff like that!
もうフェイもそんなことしてない街を歩いただけだ
お前はなんだ
Even though it does come across as foolish, and their later reactions certainly don't help that notion, at this point in time his father comes across to me in this scene as a man just desperate to protect his son and his family.
そんなことが
妹の事件の真相を知ったとき心に誓った
Well, I'm not going to show it, but we see his sister's death by doggos, and that's just... I'm sad now.
姿を見せることなく復権派を導いた見ろこれが真実だ
Getting to see multiple people in this room who would later become Titans that attacked the city in Season 1.
我々の始祖ユミルは巨人の力に目覚め荒れ地を耕し道を作り
And here we learn about the other side of the story, one which paints the Eldians in a no doubt rightfully much greater and justified light.
これさえ手にすれば他の巨人全てを支配しマーレを打ち滅ぼすことができる
For this beautiful looking picture. Also, just a guess, but I wonder if the horn she's depicted as holding is meant to demonstrate her power to cool and control the Titans, like a call to arms or something similar.
当時の王は巨人対戦時、大陸内の力の均衡を保つという役目を放棄し、辺境の島に都を移したのです。
See, now this is what I was referring to earlier about feeling like I'm witnessing ancient history. Just look at how amazing this looks as Titans and humans battle each other.
フクロウからの情報によるとマーレ政府が動き出した理由は軍事技術の発展による資源争奪の時代に
Very clever to show us the first events of them starting an invasion of sorts against the walled city.
莫大な化石燃料を埋蔵するパラディ島は決して無視できるものではなくなった。
It was also very clever to then give us a reason for said invasion against the walled city. Symbolism.
何にせよ、ジークは自らと祖父祖母の安全を選んだ。愚かな良心をマーレ政府に差し出すことと引き換えに。
Learning how Zeke became a tool of the military and adding in that he chose to protect his grandparents was a nice touch that I hope they come back to later.
楽園。
そうだ。
Once again, in terms of world building, Attack on Titan knocks it out of the bloody park, showing us the edge of the island, the wall they built, the desert, the soldiers working, and the boats used to transport Eldians to be transformed. Wow, that's sick. I love seeing it from this point of view though. This guy's outstanding goddamn voice acting throughout the entire scene. The epic, and I do mean epic, plot twist that she in fact turned into the Titan that were going to eat Eren's mother.
泣いてるのエレン。
Cute bedhead Mikasa.
いや、夢じゃねえ。記憶だ。
Giving us a great look at how memories are passed down from one Titan to the next.
どうかしてると思うか？でも人は残酷なのが見たいんだよ。
Hearing this guy talk is just plain old painful. He takes such delight in causing them agony. However, it does make what happens soon all the more enjoyable.
そうだ、妹が読んでるぞ。
This plot twist just utterly caught me by surprise. I just think he risked a lot by acting quite as slowly as he did, given that he could have very well just chucked him straight off, rather than taunting him a little bit up top.
どうだ？
Oh yes, that kid's a definite win. Eat him up, boy! Then these 30 seconds or so get another win for the final twist of the episode and the epic music and everything.
フクロウ、あんたは何者だ？
俺はエレン・クルーガー。
Eren reference.
その通りだ。俺はダメな父親で、ダメな夫で。
Man, that's stunning.
なあ、あの巨人でもっと早く暴れていれば、みんなも巨人にされずに済んだんじゃないのか？
Originally I was going to sin how he failed to save Dina and pass the attack Titan power onto her, but before I did that I sat down, had a long think, and then remembered that the King's vow would have taken over her and the whole plan would have been pointless. In short, I love how many branching stories there are, that it allows you to have a deep think and then remember things that then make sense.
何も成し遂げることなく生きたまま焼かれた。
Oh my god!
俺が継承したのも13年前になる。
フクロウはそれをユミルの呪いと言っていた。
Flicking the scene and information being gathered back and forth between Eren's father and then Eren, filling in blanks we've been wanting to know about for years, at least in my case.
残り8年。もうないな。
違う。これは何かの間違い。
Mikasa refusing to believe the truth right before her eyes is yet more evidence of her utter devotion to Eren.
時には記憶や意志もその道を通り送られてくる。そしてその道は全て一つの座標で交わる。
This way of explaining it at least starts to shed some light onto what is probably one of the biggest mysteries out there, perhaps one that may never be answered. How does the coordinate actually work, other than needing royal blood, or perhaps contact with a person of royal blood, which we already know about? For Eren's full epic speech, one which profoundly affected Grisha and ultimately set him upon the path to complete his lifelong mission, finally getting to see this moment and how it built up to the events of Season 1 is just outstanding.
その巨人はいついかなる時代においても自由を求めて進み続けた。名は
進撃の巨人。
The Attack Titan. That's what the anime is called. Kind of. Almost though. On a serious note though, how brilliant is it to finally have the name tied into something directly from the anime, and to top it all off, it also makes perfect sense in how it's used.
やってたよね。二人とも今の見たでしょ。ほら。今のは何だったのエレン。
Hanji being Hanji. My word, I'd have missed her if she was gone.
親愛なるヒストリアへ。今私の隣にはライナーがいる。
Mentioned this before a while ago, I think, but I enjoy the notion that there's this written language created just for the anime. Foreshadowing some more mysteries, and I'm not even mad because Attack on Titan always takes its time to answer all of their mysteries, and I'll forever love it for that.
臆した王から始祖の巨人を取り上げろ。それが俺たちの使命だ。
I love that music!
あの時は一瞬だけ全てが繋がった気がした。
血を引くものです。
まさか
This reality that it was the smiling titan, aka Dina, who had royal blood in her and upon touching her allowed Eren to control the pure titans.
びっくりした。どうしたの突然。
Also, her reaction to what follows is brilliant.
続けたまえ、我らの巨人よ。
Dropping another win here for this comment. It just feels as though the anime and us as viewers have come so very far from the days of Eren being chained up while the military and others considered executing him to now the head of said military calling him our titan, like with pride.
そうだ。かもしれないだ。だが、その可能性があると言えば、兵団はヒストリアをどうする？
Eren showing genuine concern for Historia is really touching. He's an extremely loyal lad.
ミカサやアルミン、みんなを救いたいなら使命を全うしろ。
ミカサ？アルミン？誰のことだ？
さあ、わからない。誰の記憶だろう。
Add another mystery to season 4 after that statement. Holy heck, what did he mean by that?
その巨人はいついかなる時代においても自由を求めて進み続けた。
I suppose that in a huge way, this titan truly fits perfectly at home within Eren, given his non-stop tenacity to fight, so that's a really nice touch.
人類を脅かす人食い巨人の正体は人間であり、我々と同じ祖先を持つ民族、ユミルの民だった。
Dude, they drew this? That's insane. Huge credit to them.
マルロは最後まで勇敢だったよ。
Taking the time to shout out Marlowe instead of just moving straight on past his death like it never happened. I just want to point out in case anyone is curious as to why we've skipped a good solid 4 minutes of the anime without a win, and the answer is this. I ripped this scene to shreds on Anime Sins. The newbie talks so much BS that I took apart his comments, and to be honest, not much else happened in those few minutes.
きっと壁の外には自由が。
Having said that though, Eren's speech getting interrupted by his father's memories is a poignant moment which nicely links to his comment at the very end of the episode about freedom. He's realising right now as he's saying it that in the outside world is just more cruelty and prison awaiting him and his friends, not freedom. Gaining the understanding that Eren need merely make contact with royal blood, or skin I guess, in order to have it have some kind of effect on him.
壁の王よ、今すぐ壁に攻めてきた巨人を殺してください。妻や子供たちが。
Learning that during all of that utter carnage that Eren's father was attempting to save everyone by convincing the king to use his power to control all of the titans. Really it now puts into perspective just how essential his actions were in taking the power away from royalty and giving it to his son, as it's clear the king would simply have allowed the entire city to be destroyed without ever fighting back. This anime deals with the time jump in such a beautiful way, showing us the build-up of snow and then the changing of the seasons with excellent narration from your boy Armin too. Some anime do time jumps and continue to have their characters unchanged, but I adore how this anime has now changed Eren once again, now showing him with longer hair. It's such a nice added touch of realism. Showing the tracks from the Titan who'd been making its way to the walls for so long that plants had fully grown in its wake. Wow, wow, wow! Them playing in the water, having seen the ocean for the first time, and Jin's reaction is amazing. Kawaii.
向こうにいる敵全部殺せば俺たち自由になれるのか?
Definitely dropping a win for this. Such a strong statement about their freedom, just like I mentioned before. Well guys and few gals, this is the end of season 3. In terms of my feelings on it, I loved it more than any previous season. I gave it the easiest 10 out of 10 I've ever given any anime on my anime list. Thanks so much to everyone for joining me and reliving the greatness. I hope you enjoyed yourselves on the journey. Of course, if you want to discuss it, you can always join my Discord server and chat with myself and others. You can also follow me on Twitter at TheHonestGamer, and lastly, if you'd like to lend support to what I do here on my channels, you can always pledge in return for numerous awesome rewards over on my Patreon. The links to everything can be found as always in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned to the channel and subscribe if you're not already for loads of awesome content coming real soon, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Nathan Burr, The Ortho, Josiah May, Bird Without a Word, Arias Alibari, PK Fan, Chef Kilo, Loritz, Chris Harris, Fluffy Starlight, Jonas Stahl, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Manuel Morales, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Sentimento, Silva, Morgan Vargas, Master Tank, Brendan Krier, Kyle Farmer, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Gabby Z, Humye, Crimson Shadows, Powers 994.